Hello Year 12 single mathematicians. Just going to go through a request from the review exercise targeting exponential and logarithms revision. So the question is on page 341. It's question 29 is part B, and you're asked to solve this equation, which is e to the x plus 3e to the minus x equals 4. Normally when you've got an exponential equation or an equation with index form like this, you would attempt to use logarithms at some point. However, there's no sensible way to do that because you've got different powers, two terms in index form, one term not in index form. And if I wanted to apply logarithms to both sides, then I'd have to have a single exponential, not two of them. So there's got to be an alternative first step. And you might be able to spot it if I write the following, which is e to the x plus 3 over e to the x equals 4. And now I have at least everything with the same power, e to the x and e to the x. I know there's a fraction which isn't ideal, but everything is to the same power. Okay, what could you do next? You could multiply everything by e to the x to get e to the x times e to the x would simplify to e to the 2x, but I'm going to rewrite it as e to the x squared plus 3 is equal to 4e to the x. And now you might spot that this is actually a hidden quadratic. E to the x squared subtract 4 e to the x plus 3 is equal to 0. If you replace e to the x with any letter you like, maybe apart from e or x, not to confuse things. So I'm going to replace them with y. You'd get the quadratic y squared subtract 4y plus 3 is equal to 0. Solve the quadratic to give two potential answers for y, which is y is 1 or y is equal to 3. Now obviously you didn't want to work out what y was. The question asks you to work out x. So remind yourself that e to the x equals 1 or e to the x equals 3. And using the law for logarithms, which changes index form into logs, we have the base is e, the power is x, number is 1, so we would have x equals log base e of 1. The shorthand way of writing log base e is ln. And ln 1 is 0. And this one would be x equals log base e of 3, which is ln 3. And that is the exact value. That's just like a really long decimal, which you're not going to write down. Leave it as an exact value. And that would be it.